In this video, I'm going to show you how to take off your front and rear bumper on a 98 S10 and how to paint them. Now you're going to want to be on the underside of your pickup truck and on either side of the on the bumper. You're going to see these two bolts. This happens to be the passenger side. Here's the driver's side. And then what you're going to want to do next is all these tabs right here. You're going to push these all through, because that's what's holding the top cover on the bumper, and that's going to also hide another 4 bolts from us. Our 18mm bolts, and you're also going to want to unscrew your license plate lights on either side. Otherwise you're going to rip them off or run into a bit of a snag when you go to take the bumper off. Pull that off, you're going to expose 2 more bolts here, there on either side, and I believe those are also an 18mm. As you do this, you're going to be careful not to hit the paint on your truck. I can make another recommendation to you guys. Spray the bolts that are under here with a liquid wrench when you start removing the plastic part of the bumper, so you don't have to wait. Well, I got the bumper off. That just doesn't look right at all. Does not look right at all. Remove these from the metal housing. Set them aside. You do so by pushing in this tab while pushing out. If there's any wood noise, I'll try to protect you from it. But the next step is to wash the entire bumper. Make sure it's just clean in general. Don't have to get it perfect. Then you're going to get your orbital sander if you have it. If not, you're going to hand sand the entire process. Okay, after you have sanded it with a pretty coarse grit, then you're going to go over it by hand with a fine grit. Make sure none of these edges are sharp. This one I still need to kind of sand down a little bit. Wish I could take that dent out. Tried, didn't work. But did with the best I could with what I have. Next step after you finish sanding is you're going to want to wash this off. You want this pristine. You want to be able to wipe this off with a cloth, and the cloth come off no dust. Wipe the entire bumper, have it come off clean. What you do is you don't want to stop spraying while you're pointing at it. You want to start over here, give it a sweep, and stop over here. You want it to have nice, light, even coats, and have multiple coats rather than one really thick one. The one really thick one won't come out looking good. Oh, gonna have to clean that spot. Do not touch your prepared surface. You will leave a grease mark from your sweaty hands or from whatever, and it won't let the paint come out right. So grab some brake clean and clean this whole thing off. Here's my first coat. Don't worry about getting everything covered, because I'm going to put a second and then a third layer on. I am going to show you how to remove your grille and your front bumper from a 98 S10. Now you're going to have to remove your headlights first. Sorry I didn't get that on video. There's going to be a tab on both headlights, one on this side, one on this side. You pull them both up and the headlight will come out. You're going to want to unplug the bulbs if you can. This bulb does not come unplugged, so it's going to stay. And for the hole in the headlight, you're going to want to tape it up so you don't get moisture if you're in a rather moist area like I used to be. So after that, you're going to want to squeeze these tabs on either turn signal assembly after disconnecting your bulbs, and I'll be right back. Once you get that tab, there's going to be a little clip on this side. If I can get it off, there's going to be a clip on this side. Take out the bulb, and after you get this clip without breaking it, you're going to want to tape up this hole so you don't get any water in here. I've done that with my with my license plate lights, and I plan to do the same with the headlights. As far as I can see, to get this grill out, you're going to look for a bunch of focus, you fuck. Bunch of tabs around the grill. And you're going to want to look for the small tab like right there. If it'll focus. The small tab right there, you're going to want to push that in and then pull out gently as to not break the plastic on the grill. Now that the grill is out, you will now expose the bolts to get your front bumper off. One right here and one right here. I don't believe that there are any in the corner. I will let you know if I find them. I also found out that after getting the first couple clips out, as long as you're gentle and try to keep your pressure even, you can kind of pull it out. And I can tell you that because there's no way in hell I was getting to those clips. Take it to an area where no vehicles are around for when you start to spray paint, but you're going to want to clean this grill and then tape up the chrome if you want to keep the chrome. If not, you're going to want to sand it down and paint it. Just rough up the surface. You don't want to do it too much. Start out with a coarse, then go to fine and even finer until the smooth is surfaced. The grill, and you've taped up the chrome that you want to keep, or sanded the chrome that you want to make matte black or whatever color. You're going to take your can, you're going to shake it. In my case, this can has been sitting for a while, so I had to shake it till you could hear that ball. And same thing, you're just going to want to go back and forth at all sorts of angles because of how many different angles there are on this piece. I'll let you guys take a look as soon as I finish my first coat, and then I'll get back to sanding that. First coat done, you're going to wait about 15-20 minutes till you put on your second coat, maybe up to half an hour. Read the doobly-doo on your can of paint. It all changes with each can or each individual type of paint. Anyways, take a look. Don't forget to paint up on the underside, to paint the grill, paint the underside of that. And this right here is the whole reason I taped up my chrome, because I didn't want this black. That's just me though. Gonna give my truck a whole new look. Once you get these two bolts off here, there's another two bolts on the underside, and I'll show you guys here in just a second. Then there's the bolt right here on that side, and right there on that side. Taking a quick look around, I think that'll be my front bumper off. That I forgot. So here's the bolts that come up from the bottom, and here's the bolts that come up from the bottom. Here's the ones that are from the top. Right down here on either side, there's gonna be two more. So 1, 2, 3, 3 bolts per side. And this is a great chance to spray out your radiator. Once you get your front bumper off and the plastic valance off, that you do with some plastic clips that you pull the center out of, and then the middle can pinch together and you pull it out. Then there's a couple of big clips that go in these holes. After you do that, you're going to repeat the same process that you do for your rear bumper. You want to first wash it with some car soap, then you want to either wet or dry sand coarse, then wet or dry sand fine, until you can run your hand along it and not run into any rough patches. So here is the final step. I'm going to put one last coat of paint on, and as you can see, I did not get all those scratches and dings out, but unless someone is up close and personal with my truck, which, unless given permission, they shouldn't be, won't matter. Here's how it looks, and the grill, we come over here, is done in a matte. And that's completely dry. The rear bumper is completely dry, and we're going to be waiting all overnight for all three to completely cure, and then in the morning I will reassemble. So make sure you have plenty of time when you go to do this job. Either start really early or have 3 evenings off, I guess. Painting, sanding, doing everything you want to. You grab your bag of bolts for your rear bumper. You are going to want to wire brush the old shmoo out of the threads. Makes them easier to put in. Don't forget to also focus. Don't forget to add license plate lights back. And if you need your hitch ball, put that back on, which I need. Look of it on the pickup truck, it's not bolted down or anything. You're going to want to, for the bottom bolts, you're going to want to wire wheel the bolts. Then you're going to want to put them in place, and you're going to want to torque them down to, I believe, 50 to 75 foot-pounds of torque, basically as much as you can without breaking the bolts. As long as you don't need to get the bumper off again, you won't need to worry about it. Just don't forget the blue Loctite or the red Loctite if you don't want that bumper ever coming off again. Sorry, after you crank those bolts down, you want to grab your plastic after you've reconditioned it. Sorry I don't do a video about that, but do that on my own. But here's how she looks. I'll show you guys how she looks when she's completely buttoned up. I want to remember to reattach your lights on either side of your... Make sure you also inspect these boots, because if that boot gets bad, you're going to get moisture inside of your bulb, and it's going to make your truck look ugly. The whole reason, I don't know about if any of you are doing this, I'm doing this to make my truck look nice. Because I'm sick of rust. Every other car I've owned has rust on it. And I just like the nice sleek looking black. I will inform you on the next steps of the front bumper when I get to it, hopefully tomorrow. You want to get something like this, you're going to spray it on and then kind of spread it around with a paper towel or a cloth or something. It makes your plastic look really nice. That's what I used on that part of the bumper. It just looks much darker, a lot better, and then as long as you reapply this stuff every 5 or 6 months, it'll keep looking great. That's the plan. Your bumper remounted, don't forget about the styrofoam on that side, and on that side in the corner. Sorry I haven't done anything on that. You're going to try and line up your bolts with the grooves of where they are. You're going to want to put Loctite on these two bolts, and I didn't see any on the bottom bolts, but in case, just do it anyways. You're going to want to take your grill, take it over to your truck, and you're going to want to gently push all these clips together. Don't forget to pull your wiring harness through. That'd be very important. After you get your turn signals put in and then the grill pushed in, you're going to want to re-plug in all the wires for your headlight, your turn signal, secondary turn signal. And I'll show you guys what the truck looks like afterwards. Don't forget to reinstall the clips that go for your headlights. Sorry about it being all gloomy, the weather turned bad. Just looks a lot better. It's a lot harder to notice all of the scratches, the bumps, the dents, whatever. I just think it gives this truck a really nice look. Now you will want to wait a full 24 hours. I didn't, and I'm gonna have to re-sand gently and repaint this, and I'm just gonna tape off the grill so I don't have to take it all back apart. But an extra step, if you want to do it, is polish the chrome. I don't have any chrome polish, so I didn't. If I did, I would. So that's the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps you in your quest to make your truck look a whole lot better.